Good afternoon, everyone. This is Alan Whitford from RCEURO.com, bringing you another in our series of recruitment thought leader conversations. Today we have Wolfgang Brickwedde with us from Germany. Hi, Wolfgang. How are you today?
Hi, Alan. Very fine. Thanks a lot.
Great. Wolfgang, I've met you many years ago when you were running recruitment for SAP or SAP, depending which side of the pond we're on, how we actually say that. And you've moved on. You've got your own business now. Why don't you just tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is that you do at the moment?
Okay. Yeah, I was running SAP last time. SAP's recruiting for EMEA, Europe, Middle East, and Africa, and but then I looked at UK or Netherlands or even the US to see where there is more professional recruitment, or the recruitment would be more professional. And I realized that it's like 3 to 5 years advanced time in those markets. And I thought then somebody needs to take the lead and help the German recruitment into the next step or up to the next level. And then I decided to found the Institute for Competitive Recruiting, and that's me then. And now I'm trying to do this and helping with studies on the current market or recruitment market, how it's organized, how it's financed, who is recruiting, and how do they deal with social media recruitment, of course, and how do they deal with controlling KPIs of recruitment they use, and then I give it back to the companies. And last time we had over 300 companies participating in the survey.
So this is mostly geared towards the corporate recruiter. We
hmm
see the difference perhaps in the UK market and the German market is we have a great reliance here on recruitment agencies, recruitment consultancies. Is that different in the German market?
That's quite different. We have a broad reliance on internal corporate recruiters, some external recruiters who work internally, like RPO, but it's very, very low level. And the agency recruiting is only the vacancies that we cannot handle inside of the companies or on a higher seniority level that we give to agencies. So it's quite a direct recruiting approach.
So it's a direct recruiting approach, but is that we're seeing a lot of elements now about direct sourcing. So we're having resourcing teams doing a lot of hard work themselves, whether it's searching the web or searching job board databases, and we'll talk in a minute about social media. When you talk about direct recruiting, are they direct sourcing, or is it still managing job boards or managing other sources themselves rather than having someone else do it?
Yeah, the latter. It's more like managing the various recruitment channels instead of currently direct recruiting. There is some bigger companies who set up their own internal sourcing teams. Actually, I hired the first internal sourcer, I think 8 or 9 years ago in Philips. But that was very new to the market, and it's still, I see that a lot of companies don't do it, and very few do go into the direct sourcing area.
Where's the biggest source of candidates coming from? I think when we talked the other day, you mentioned job boards have a very
Yeah,
strong reach.
job boards is actually the biggest the source of hire, and for candidates as well, it's around 40-45% of all hires and applicants are coming from this source in the market.
That's an amazing number that those of us that have been involved in online recruitment for the last 10 or 12 years would love to be saying, wow, we're finally there. Online recruitment works. Now,
Yeah, that's another question. We found out that if the companies are asking the candidates to apply online, the candidates think of email applications, but the companies are saying online formulas for the application tracking systems, and then the candidates say no, we don't want this, but the companies say yes, we do want it, and then the candidates do it. So it's like around 60-70%. It's then online recruiting.
wow, that's a tremendous number. Now, of course, the challenge of that is still making sure that they have a proper applicant tracking system or some means of managing the candidate communications when it comes in, isn't it?
That's true, and that's the ATS systems are more or less designed for like dealing with a large number of applicants, which is not in some areas not the case anymore. So we need some strategies currently in the market, like with a red carpet approach, I call it, to really to find those candidates and give them a red carpet to apply or to at least join the company, not really apply, but join a company to get those the top talents that you want to have.
So we're talking about something that's been one of my themes for years and years now, the candidate experience. We really need to get a lot more focus on that, which in one sense kind of leads us very neatly into the whole area of social recruiting, doesn't it?
Certainly.
Yeah, and you're going to be joining us on the 30th of June here in London for the Social Recruiting Conference, SRConf 2011, on the panel talking about social recruiting strategy. I see from your business poster behind you, you've got social media recruiting as one of your one of the streams that you talk about. Where do you see that right now, the status of social recruiting in Germany?
It's high on the agenda of the companies, like on fifth or fourth even on the agenda, and the competence level is very low. So there's a big discrepancy between what they like to do and what they can do. And so you see a lot of try and error activities, and even those companies, the big companies, who think they have a good approach. If you dig a little bit deeper and ask for KPIs and success stories, it's hard to find something. So it's a lot of try and error currently. And only with the big companies and the small ones. The in-between ones, I found out, are a little bit lagging behind. But the small ones and the big ones are trying this.
So I could see the small companies trying it, financially viable. Perhaps, they think it's going to be a cheaper option. The big companies, are they doing it for the reason is I have to do it because everyone else is?
Yeah, it's more like this, and the others are questioning whether they need to jump on the wagon or not. But in terms of strategy, it's hard to find. So if really look for a company who thinks of, oh, I want to reach this goal, and this is my channel I would like to use. This is where my candidates are going, and I need to follow my candidates. That's not the case. They just set up a Facebook page, a Facebook fan page, or a Twitter account, and then they think they have done it.
So it's quite interesting because I think we're still seeing a huge amount of the same thing here, where you say companies are going, well, I've done a LinkedIn page and I've got a Facebook company page now, and I got my Twitter account. Okay, social media done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting. So where do you see it, though, as part of the overall strategy? Do you think companies should be focusing more on the social media recruiting, that they should be ignoring other channels and just focus on social media?
No, I wouldn't say so. And I consult companies in the way that I'm looking at their sourcing channels and see what their target group is, and then define together with them what's the best sourcing channel for them, instead of just going on just one channel and leaving everything behind. It makes no sense. And it could be for some target groups that a bigger proportion of the recruitment marketing budget should go to social media, but it's just one channel out of like 10 or 12 or something. So you have to define what's the best channel for your target group.
Well, I think that's a terrific point, and I'm sure we're going to hear that over and over again at the conference, because we have some people like Paul Maxon at Unilever and others that are coming to the event. Intel, Mayan from Intel, Frank is coming up from France, Societe Generale. They've all built a strategy for direct sourcing, and social media plays a part in that overall sourcing channel strategy. Mm-hmm. So I think that's going to be the interesting part of discussion, is people trying to understand where they fit the whole piece together, isn't it?
That's true. It's like, and maybe today we talk about social media recruiting, but maybe in 5 or 10 years, you wouldn't ask this question anymore, because nobody is asking whether you recruit on the phone or via other channels, because it's just natural that you do it. And about today, we talk about it because it's new.
I think you're right. What I find quite interesting is that a lot of the conversations we're having today are the same conversations we had 10, 12 years ago when job boards first really appeared on the scene. And it's also funny that I'll now refer to job boards as traditional media.
Yeah, yeah.
It only took 10 years for them to become traditional. So social
Yeah,
media may become a little faster, but
in the US, they already discussed whether job boards are dead, and social media is the only thing, or direct sourcing is the only thing. But I doubt it. So it depends where the candidates are going to, and it depends on the market, of course. So we will see.
well, I agree. I think you've hit the exact point. It still has to be blended. Job boards are not dead. I was at a presentation a few months ago with a guy who runs one of the UK job boards, and he said, and he put up a great slide from the last 10 years. Every year, the main phrase that explained why job boards were going to be dead that year. He said, we're not going away so fast. The social channels in Germany, obviously LinkedIn is there. Is that more for international and Xing more for the national companies?
Yeah, Xing is more it's really the dominating business social media platform, and Xing is and LinkedIn is more. Yeah, we look at it for more international candidates. And for those companies who look for more international or do have international careers, and the others go for Xing, and it's quite helpful, and it's not so expensive as LinkedIn so far.
So far, all right. And what about Facebook? Where is that being used much by business yet in Germany?
My research shows, my latest research, I will have an webinar on this tomorrow, and it shows that only 4% of the companies use Facebook regularly for recruiting, and 8% use it for employer branding and getting candidates aware of their employership. So that's I wouldn't say no, not a lot.
Not
A
a
lot
lot.
of hype, not a lot of hype, but not a lot.
All right. Well, it's great. I think those are going to be some good themes for us to explore a bit more when you're over here on the 30th of June for SR Conf. Wolfgang, it's been great talking today. How can people find you? Well, I guess I can see competitiveresourcing.de. Would that be
Yeah, but that's the German version. There is currently no English version.
Right.
But they can find me on LinkedIn or Xing, or Twitter is I4CR. It's my Twitter name, so they can find me there. Yeah.
Okay. And the webinar tomorrow, is that a German-only webinar?
That's a German only. It's not a German only, but it's in German only.
Yes, but in German
so
only, yeah.
you can join if you want,
Yeah.
because I know that you do understand some German.
Yeah.
I can send you the link if you want to.
Yep, send me the link. I'll have a look at it. And looking forward to having you here at the end of June. And thanks very much for your time today.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.